Texas is suing Meta, Facebook, for billions of dollars over Facebook's facial recognition program, accusing Facebook of illegally capturing Texans' private information for profit. Joining us now, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who brought that lawsuit on Monday. AG Paxton, thanks for being here. What do you allege Facebook did, and how did they do it?
Yeah, so we allege that they violated state law. They violated our Deceptive Trade Practices Act because they misled people and actually told them they weren't capturing their information.
When you say biometric identifiers, examples include retina or iris scans, fingerprints, voice print, record of hand, or face geometry. The things that make a person unique.
In the latest bout of restrictions coming out of Texas, lawmakers have banned the use of face filters on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Yasmin with Rebel HQ, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard this news, I was upset. And I know what most of you are thinking, that I'm just mad that I can't catfish people on Instagram. Spoiler alert, it's not about the filters. No, I don't actually spend a whole lot of time thinking about filters. Whatever, they're fun. I like the colorful ones. I don't personally like the ones that actually change your face, but to each their own. There are some psychological studies that show the negative effects that face filters on social media can have on people's mental health, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about kind of everything but face filters. Now, Ken Paxton, the embattled Attorney General of Texas, is under investigation by the Texas State Bar Association for his role in the attempt to overturn the 2020 election results, and he's under a separate investigation for accusations of bribery and abuse of power. He's overall a terrible person who has been labeled the enemy of progress, and honestly, it's saying something that he's earned that distinction within an already super regressive state government. So Paxton sued Meta over privacy concerns related to face filters. Of all the things Ken Paxton is worried about, it's privacy issues. Now, I just want to be clear here. I do not trust Meta or Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know what they're doing with their data. I don't know what they're planning on doing with the data. And I don't know all the different ways they have of collecting our data. The problem is that no one really knows. They've proven themselves to be unworthy as a company in the past, and Zuckerberg is, to put it nicely, unlikable.
I think they just saw the numbers, that they could make so much money using this information. I think they felt like they have such an advantage because they're such a large company. They have so much money. I mean, I think a lot of hubris or arrogance, thinking that, whatever happened, they had so much money and they were so powerful, they could do whatever they wanted to Texas consumers and other consumers around the country. Because obviously, we have a statute dealing with this, but this is happening in every state.
Now, while some influencers have spoken out against the filter ban, the news has had a mixed response. Some people are wary of privacy breaches by big tech companies, as they should be. So they welcome the ban and Paxton's lawsuit. Others see it as another instance of the state government overstepping into people's private lives in the name of privacy. And for residents of Texas and also Illinois who are facing a similar ban, Meta has said that they'll later be able to opt into face filters again, but they haven't said when that would happen. But for me, I just can't handle the hypocrisy of Ken Paxton proclaiming to care about Texans' rights to privacy when the government he represents has recently made inroads in their attempts to revoke those same rights. Of course, I'm talking about something much bigger than filters. I'm talking about abortion rights. The state of Texas under Governor Greg Abbott has signed a bill blocking abortions after 6 weeks, which in and of itself is ridiculous for so many reasons, the least of which being that lots of women don't even know that they're pregnant at 6 weeks. But Texas went one step further by offering a $10,000 bounty for women suspected of getting abortions and anyone assisting them. There are rumblings that the state will also prevent women from traveling out of state to obtain abortions. How is that not an incredible invasion of privacy? So why did this set me off yesterday when I got a notice that certain Instagram features were not available in my area? Because of everything else that's preceded it. First of all, it was a thing done without anyone's knowledge. No announcement had been made prior to the filters being revoked, and it's not a big enough deal that anyone will likely do anything about it. Like, they're not going to fight for filters the same way that they would fight for cannabis. And even if we wanted to, though, what could we even do about it? People are so exhausted. We already had to fight for so much in this country. Each right that was supposedly guaranteed to us in the Constitution has had to be fought for. Interracial marriage, gay marriage, abortion, women's and minority suffrage, etc. And now they're making us fight all over again. The things that we won as a nation are being stripped from us systematically by a party that the majority of Americans do not support. And what's worse is that no one is fighting for us. Looking at you, Dems. They're taking things, they took filters, I don't know what else they're planning on taking quietly, but I don't believe for a second that they're doing anything because they're worried about our privacy. On top of that, they know that most people won't do anything about losing one or two small privileges here and there. They're going to keep doing this. In Texas, we're the last to get anything, and the things we have aren't ours to keep. I read the other day that our governor is planning on taking money from public education and redistributing it to private and charter schools. Also, disaster relief money for the state, specifically for the city of Houston, wasn't allocated to the most vulnerable and flood-prone areas that happen to have majority Black and brown populations. As we head into hurricane season here on the Gulf Coast, that is a huge problem. Now, to their credit, journalists and local politicians are doing what they can to fight the state government on all of the above and more, like our voting rights, for example. But people are tired.